Hey, it's Keenan with Cloud Realty Group and the Real Estate Exchange at Keller Williams.
And Amanda over at Real Property Management, Last Frontier.
So my name is Keenan and I show people how to create wealth and passive income through investing in real estate.
And I'm proud to offer proactive management here in Anchorage, Eagle River, and the Wasilla area.
So today we're going to talk to you about the seasonality that I see in my market versus the seasonality that Amanda sees in her market as a property manager. And everyone's pretty familiar with the real estate market and the seasonality that you see in that. Typically in springtime, right about now, we're seeing a bunch of people come to realtors, want to list their house for sale because the snow's clearing up, kids are not in school, people are much more likely to move in the summertime. That's when we see the most of our activity. And then people get really motivated in the fall time, and then as it gets closer to the holiday season, typically, Thanksgiving, we really see things slow down a lot. Kids have just gone back to school in the last month, holiday season is coming up, it starts getting cold, snow starts dropping, and then really things don't start picking up until after the first of the year, and they start trickling on until springtime when they ramp up again, and we repeat it all next year. And it's very interesting how that affects Amanda's business, and so Amanda, tell us a little bit about that.
So this time of year, late spring, early summer time frame, those individuals who have reached out to real estate agents like Keenan and have tried to sell their homes, and what they'll come to find out is they're going to be writing a check at closing essentially, and that's not something that they want to do. And so an alternative is to rent the property out. And so single family homes, I'm very busy this time of year working with individuals who have those properties. They want to work with a property manager who's going to maintain it so that they're not using the same money that they would if they sold it now to fix it back up to get it on the market for sale.
And sometimes people will come meet with me at my office and I tell them, hey, you know what, this is what the market is indicating the value of your home is. And after the cost of the sale of that property, here's what you're looking to net. And if that's a negative number, then they have to write a check at closing. And that's people, a lot of military people that haven't owned their homes long enough to have enough equity in order to be able to afford to sell it. And sometimes they get a different opinion. No problem there, but sometimes that opinion is, I'll sell your house for more money and you won't have to write a check. Amanda gets to see those people too. It's just at a different time of the year. She gets to see those people in fall time when they're much more motivated to get their property filled.
Yep, whether it's a renter for a couple years, it didn't sell over the course of the summer months. There is something that gets very common during June, July timeframe. We'll do what we call co-list properties. So they can keep it on the market for sale for the next couple of months because truly that's their goal. They want to sell the property. Renting is just the backup plan. And so that co-list allows them to keep it on the market for the remainder of the summer, and then whichever happens first.
Yeah, and there's a lot of considerations to take to see if that is a good fit for you. Number one, we need to look at those lease terms. Just because you sell a house doesn't mean that the new buyer's gonna go in there and kick someone out who still has 6 months left on their lease. But if they only have 2 months left on their lease, then that may be the best case scenario for them. If they can afford to not move in right away, and you don't necessarily have to move in right away, I mean, in a couple months, your rental amount is going to be very similar to what your mortgage payment would be on most homes that use FHA financing. So, on a house that costs $9,000, your down payment is going to be a little over $10,000. If your payment is $2,000-ish a month, then you're looking at getting about $4,000 back in those first couple months. A really nice way to be able to recoup a lot of that down payment that you had to come out of pocket for. That doesn't apply to everybody, but that's just one example of all the things that you need to consider. And if you want more information on that, if you want to run a couple scenarios, find out what's best for you, get a hold of Amanda, get a hold of me, and we'll make sure that you guys are taken care of.